Hi, everyone. Welcome back to another fantastic episode on the Unleashing Potentials podcast. I'm your host, Bernadette. Joining me today is Matina. How are you?
I'm wonderful. Thank you for having me.
Thank you so much for coming on the podcast today. Whereabout are you tuning in from?
So I am in Canada, near Toronto area.
Oh, nice. I'm in Canada too. That's
Canadian.
awesome. Yeah, yeah. So Matina, can you start by telling us who are you? What is it that you do, and how do you do it?
Oh my goodness. Bernadette, honestly, this is a big question. So I'm going to try to share in a story for you
Yes.
because I really think stories is something that people can resonate with.
Mhm.
And for me, it actually started completely dark at night. My kids were sleeping peacefully in their beds. But there was this uncertainty inside of me, so much pain that was coming up that I was like, oh my God, here I am. I've left my relationship. I am safe. My kids are safe. We are happy. We are building our lives again. But still, there is this ache inside of my heart that is really, truly questioning if I made the right decision, if I am even able and capable of raising my kids alone. And as I was going through all of these painful questions, which most of them really truly were based on what I heard other people say, what I thought a good life should be, which would be this perfect family and having a good home with my partner, with my kids, and but it was not sounding my reality. So even though I didn't have the partner, I still held on to the ideas that were put in me. And not until I asked myself, like, what else is possible? What do I want? Where would I want to take my life to? And I couldn't answer it because I could tell you all the things I didn't want.
Mm.
What I wanted was a different story. So my personal development journey really started from there. And I've worked with amazing, amazing people. I did many different courses from Tony Robbins. I did Mind Valley. Like I did a lot of different things to really develop and understand my own self. But through that was also born my coaching business, where I now am so privileged to help people in discovering who they are. It's the recovery part of whatever chapter you're in. It's not always divorce. Divorce was my catalyst. Doesn't have to be everyone's catalyst. So I've worked with people who have gone through divorce, not gone through divorce, are happily married, but truly in their journey of self-discovery.
Wow. Yeah, yeah.
So that is, in a nutshell, what is very important for me to help specifically women. I do work with men as well, but specifically women recognize the power they have inside of themselves and how opening up new doors and new perspectives can allow them to really grow their own insights and their own connection to their soul.
Mm. Yeah, you're speaking my language.
I love it.
Wow, wow. Thank you so much for sharing. May I say me too? I've gone through all of those. Maybe I've experienced them different. And I know for sure 100% your story is someone else's story, but through a different lens. And I can tell by the way you speak with such power and wisdom that you have done the healing. And it's a journey that is at times exhausting, but continuous and worth it. So I appreciate you sharing.
Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. And I love that you're working with women. I love it. Not that men are not important, but you know. You know. So thank you for sharing. Walk us through your journey, your healing journey.
Hmm.
What were some modalities that you used? Did you use books? Did you go in nature? Where did you find freedom to be who you are today?
Now you're speaking my language. Let's go on that journey.
Yeah.
So, like I shared, I really started with Tony Robbins. That was the mind that I needed to really understand that I was asking myself questions that were not serving me and to start asking quality questions. So Tony Robbins is really good for that. He really allows you to see, like, oh, but what if this is the case? And how could you look at this thing then? And it allowed me to expand my understanding. But what really truly has been driving my evolution, which allows me to help my clients evolve even further and more, is spirituality.
Mm, yeah.
Understanding that we all have an innate gift in ourselves, our intuition, specifically as women, is
Mm,
very, very strong and it's actually embedded in our womb, the
yeah.
center of creation.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter if you have children or not, it really is something as a gift that you were given that upholds this sacredness that when you start to understand how your intuition serves you, you as a woman can make magic happen every day.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Yeah. So while we're on the topic, how can we as women continue to empower each other, stop
Mhm.
tearing each other down, and change this world for good?
See, society has done a very good job when it comes to comparison,
Yeah.
specifically in the realm of how women treat one another. But
Mhm.
if you go back centuries ago, tribes existed where women would come together at night. They would sing, they would dance, they would yell, and they would really release the pain, the physical pain, the emotional pain, the whatever experience they had through movement.
Yeah.
Now we are taught through this modern society to live in our own homes, in our own bubbles, and to figure it out on our own. We're never meant to do that.
Hmm.
Never meant to be against each other.
Yeah.
We were meant to come together, sing, yell, dance, move our bodies as essential beings that we are, not at a specific dance or to look good, but just to shake it off, to let go of that baggage through somatic work, which is really coming up right now,
Mhm.
and through breath work. And there are so many amazing modalities, but these modalities have been there for centuries.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
my biggest thing is like find your tribe, let go of the comparison, that fear of what someone else might think of you and what they would perceive you as.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
what you're really thinking is what do you perceive yourself as and where are you judging yourself actually?
Yeah, yeah, you're right. Um, I love that we're talking about this topic because I recently did a video on my YouTube channel, podcast channel, just talking about women. I don't know
Love.
why, how. Like I come up with topics that are just speaking out from through my soul, and I just put them out, and here we are talking about the very same topic. So I love that. Yeah.
I love Bernadette that you are connected
Mm,
with you. And
thank you.
because you're connected, you're going to get the messages from God, from source, from light, from universe, whatever you believe in. I believe in God. I would say God. Whatever you believe in or not, which is fine.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we actually get these messages. I tell my clients every time, it's not me helping you.
Mm,
Yes, it's Matina in a vessel that you see that has a name, that has a look, but it's not Matina who's actually helping you.
yeah.
It is that channeling of God and source, and it's my intention to serve you that is helping you.
Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, I
Your intention to share on your podcast whatever God is pouring through you is going to be exactly what your listeners need and hear.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely agree. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Um, how can we heal for those who are married? How can we heal from betrayal and divorce? Those are two massive, separate but together topics. I'll let you kind of break it down and connect it to your very own experience and how you process it all.
There are two different layers, I would say. One is while you're still married and you are aware of the betrayal
Mm.
and you are contemplating the divorce.
Yeah.
Literally, what actually is happening is already the death of your hopes and dreams and wishes has already occurred
Mm.
through that betrayal.
Yeah.
But oftentimes, what we do, and I've done it, I'm guilty of it, I've done it for years until I truly decided it was time to leave and stay away.
Mm.
What we actually do is we say we want something to get better, and we give them chances after chances after chances to, at the end, still be depleted and in despair of being dismissed.
Mm. Yeah.
Being dismissed as a person,
Yeah.
being dismissed as a wife, being dismissed as a woman, as a mother,
Mhm.
and then thinking about, wow, if I am dismissing myself so easily,
Mhm.
how can I expect my partner to actually value me?
Mm. Yeah.
There's a lot of grief that comes in play. You
Mhm.
go through grief when you are in that betrayal phase because you're actually grieving the end of trust.
Mhm. Yeah.
And that end of trust is bringing consequences, bringing experiences to you that you then have to decide how much and how much longer do you want this to carry with you.
Mhm.
And then when you do decide to divorce, now again, grief is there. And there are 5 phases of grief, but the grief is there. But what do we do as women? We take on another thing called guilt.
Mm.
And we guilt trip ourselves all over again. Oh,
Mhm.
maybe I should not have taken the kiss. Oh, maybe I should not have done that. Maybe I could have done this. Maybe I should have tried harder, faster, better, all of those things versus, hold on, I actually let myself be treated in a way that I don't want to be treated as.
Mm. Yeah.
So, what lesson am I here to learn now? How can I value this beautiful vessel, this beautiful mind, this beautiful soul that God has given me?
Mm. Yeah. Yeah, I love that. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Um, as you were speaking, I normally get little glimpse of visions. Um, I thought of and saw death and rebirth.
Yes.
They're both so painful and agonizing. No one likes to die, whether it's physically or emotionally or spiritually. And then the birth part, as mothers, we know what goes on to release and to let the babies out.
Yeah.
That's very painful. And then we feel the death of our bodies changing and transformation. Those are very painful, but they're needed in life, in every aspect of life. How would you say you continue to exercise and co-create with all of those?
Mm. You know, when you say death and rebirth, what comes to mind is the essence of what our bodies can handle
Mm.
and how we quickly, sadly, disown that power.
Mm. Yeah.
Because now, in this working world where women are out there to prove themselves, so they have maybe 3 months of time with their baby, or maybe a year if they're lucky, but then they have to go back into the workforce.
Yeah.
I know when my boys were born, I was in the hospital because they were twins. So I was in the hospital 2 weeks after their birth
Hmm.
and 2 weeks prior to their birth because I'm a little woman. So I didn't have any more space for them to grow. So I need to be bedridden.
Mm-hmm.
Nonetheless, I come home, and 2 weeks after, as I'm home, I think I stayed home for maybe 2 to 3 days. But we had a business at that time, our own business. And I started working
Mm.
because that was what's needed. I told myself, I need to do this
Mm-hmm.
versus sitting with gratitude for my body of what it had endured. Nurturing and feeding my body with nutrition it was longing and needing.
Mm.
And honoring that the biggest task for me, especially at 2 weeks, was to be with my babies.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Mm.
So, to anyone who has just given birth or is about to give birth, or even when you're reflecting back as to what your own journey was after birth, really give yourself permission to honor yourself, your body. Research if you have to research, but get the right nutrition to rebuild yourself again.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. Um, yeah, you're definitely triggering labor in me. Labor of things that needs to come out. There's so much that is wrong with society. That is why I used to be, on the sideline. Just even in school, I'm there, but I'm in the back row. But
Right.
now, because everything that keeps happening over and over and over again, especially to me, to us women, I'm like, that's it. Somebody has to do something. Someone has to say something. Not everybody's gonna like it. That's just how it is. And when you talked about, going back to work, this is a killing culture society. I can proudly say that because I'm from a completely different world. I wasn't born here. I wasn't raised here. Thank God. Because I know different. I know better. I know there's different aspects to life, what we call life, which is mostly death that we're doing here. Because
Mm-hmm.
9 to 5, 12-hour shifts, we're killing ourselves, our dreams, our hopes, and each other. And we do it silently, with
Yeah.
love, with peace, right? That's what we're doing. But I want to focus on something that kind of poked my ego a little bit. I want to talk about the birthing part, but body shaming.
Mm.
We all do it, whether we do it nicely, very rudely. Our partners does it. They don't want to admit it. Our friends do it. How can we just stop it? It's gonna take time, but how can we start that revolution?
You know what's funny? I was looking at a picture of myself at a retreat which happened a month ago.
Mm,
And I am standing as if I am pregnant.
mm.
Okay. Literally, I'm standing as if I'm pregnant. I'm like, oh my God, look at that picture. That's horrible.
Oh, I've been there.
Anyone else say that? No. Who
Mm,
said it? I did.
mm,
So if I am already ashamed of how I look in a picture, I
mhm,
am directly and indirectly giving everyone around me permission to
mm.
say that, to see that.
Yeah, yeah, mm, yeah,
So when you talk about body shaming, why do we judge other people? Again, going back to judgment.
mm, yeah.
Right now, there are so many reality shows everywhere, and everyone is hooked to them. Why? Because we get a free show of judgment.
Mm, yeah,
That woman is right. That man is wrong. That is right. That is
yeah,
wrong. How dare she? How dare they?
yeah.
Please.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And you know what's so interesting to me? Like I start watching them and I'm looking at them like, A, why am I watching them?
Mm.
B, what am I noticing?
Mm-hmm.
C, what would I do differently
Yeah.
in the show? Not necessarily as a person. How would I portray a show that actually allows true self-awareness?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have never seen a show that would be like showing them a video or allowing a scenario to play out and then have those people sit with people who are like, I don't know, who have studied psychology or who are very well versed in
Yeah.
human behavior,
Mm-hmm.
and then allowing them from that scenario to teach them how they are disowning themselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because if everyone starts watching that, they actually get to learn about themselves.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. And
So
that's
body shaming, judging, all of these things is literally about where are we disowning ourselves in.
mm-hmm.
Because as I looked at that picture just a few hours ago, I had to remind myself, like, oh, hold on, Matina, you're being judgmental to yourself, first of all. Secondly, what else can you do right now to honor your body and let go of the excess weight that you are holding on to?
Mm.
And three, how can you love your tummy right now?
Mm. Yeah.
Because our belly area is where we hold stress as women.
Mm. Yeah.
Instead of me seeing my belly and judging it, I can see it and I can be like, oh, wow, you really went through a lot of stress that you did not allow out. My goodness.
Yeah. Yeah.
How are you going to treat yourself now? Because what was yesterday is gone. We can't go back,
Yeah. Yeah. You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
but we can sit now and be like, okay, you know what? Hmm, I'm going to drink more water. And I'm just going to start with that. I'm going to do a walk every day. I'm going to start with that.
Mhm. Yeah.
Make small changes to love yourself deeper that so that if anyone in this planet has any comments towards you,
Mhm.
that it does not stick with you.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah. That's a very powerful muscle to know how to exercise because we're so programmed from the day we are born. Um, Here's what I learned about society. First of all, we are society, not
Yep.
just, it's not they. We often excuse ourselves. I'm on the
Oh, we're
side
part.
here, and society, I'm judging you. But when really, we're all one.
Yep.
We're judging each other, right? And in society, it doesn't matter what you do, how you do it, it will always be wrong. It will always be right. There's no happy medium. So might as well just kind of do you because it's exhausting. It's like running marathons constantly. It's so hard on the body, so hard on ourselves. Like that's why people get sick. All those labels that they have.
It is sitting with what is society telling and teaching me. Because even in my journey of divorce, right, I had to look back as to, okay, what was I given? And what did I believe in? I was given from a very young girl this notion and idea that I needed to be a good daughter,
Mm,
behave in a certain way, have a good education, get a good job, find myself a good partner, get myself a great house and cars, and have amazing children. And now I have made it in life. There's nothing else you could ever want in life now. And
mm,
you will be very, very great if you can go on vacations every year and work the rest of your life.
mm.
And as I sat with that idea, this box of life, I'm like, do I believe in that?
Mm.
Because I am a lifelong learner. I love discovering new things. I love adventure. I love traveling. I love these things. But
Mhm.
nowhere in this box is it asking me what I want.
Mm.
My parents did the best they could with the resources they had. I am doing the best I can with the resources I have.
Mhm.
And my children will do the same. But it's always about allowing oneself to really sit with this is what society, people that love me are telling me. What do I believe in this, though?
Mhm.
What do I want to hold on to? And can I give myself permission to be vulnerable enough to say no?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So when you talk about we are society, 100%. Change happens when you change yourself first.
Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Nailed it. Yep. 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 You got me. Wow. You're a powerhouse, Tina, Matina. I interviewed
Thank
a
you.
lady named, I think Tina. Was it yesterday? So yeah. Yeah, that's so cool. Thank you for sharing. Um, let's talk about burnout. What
Mm.
are your experiences with burnout, and why should people quit and live in the now and not overload their systems?
Okay, as we're talking about women, I'm going to share that as our innate nature is nurturing, we always want to be the ones who take care of everything and everyone else. And we will put ourselves on that last burner. And if we have time, we might go for a nice haircut. We might go for dinner with our friends.
Mhm.
But is that enough? Is that enough?
Mm.
And it truly, honestly isn't.
Mhm.
Because only when we sit still and allow our thoughts that are very painful in the beginning to arise and be made aware of, can we see the dialogue that we are playing on repeat in our minds.
Mm.
So, as we are innate nurturers, men are innate providers.
Yeah.
So, when we take away from their innate nature and be like, I'm going to provide for myself. I'm going to show you I can do it all. I'm not dependent on you.
Yeah.
We are literally putting an extra burden on ourselves. And then we say, I'm going to prove to you I can do it all.
Mhm.
So we go, 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 be with the children here, go take them there, be with his friends, be hosting people in your house, all of these great things that add joy into life, but it also adds pressure. And you become the frog in the pressure cooker that have been in the warm water that has been simmering. Because if you put a frog into hot water, it will jump out, similar to us. Like, no, we don't want that. We're going to go this way. But if you put someone in the comfort zone of warm water and you just put on simmer and it starts boiling very slowly,
Mhm.
it kind of feels comfortable. It kind of feels stuck. It kind of feels okay. As women, we do the same
Mhm.
until we boil till death. And then we're like, what did I do with my life?
Yeah.
I am a single mother. However, the one thing that I understood really quickly, I'm saying quickly, but mind you, it was probably around after 4 years fully focusing on the kids that I recognized that my focus is not my children.
Mm.
My focus is me. Because when I show up authentically, wholeheartedly for myself, I actually teach my children by example to do the same for themselves.
Yeah.
And I am freeing them from the burden that when they are older, that they have to take care of me or that they have to limit the way that they want to live their life because mom is alone.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then what do we do as women who have made our children our life? We kind of have a big problem because we don't know where to go.
Mm. Yeah.
I mean, I have had clients who are like, okay, I raised my kids, I did all of that. And what about me now? I don't know what to do. I'm alone.
Mm.
How beautiful is it that in your 60s, you get to rediscover life from a new lens?
Mm. Yeah.
Not easy. I'm
Yeah.
not saying it was easy.
Yeah. You're going somewhere. Yeah. Wow. That is powerful because most of us, well, those who are parents, we live for our kids. And
Mhm.
then some of us pray that 18 years come very quick.
Yes.
Some of us don't want it to come. And when it does come, it's another form of crisis, actually, because
Totally.
we have lost ourselves as women. Well, some of us, some people think they've found themselves, but they're lying to themselves. But let them believe that. We have lost ourselves through our kids, our identity,
Mhm.
and we don't know who we are.
Nope.
We
And
have an idea, but we don't know.
this is honestly why I find my divorce was my savior.
Oof.
It was truly a wake-up call at 35 with three children in my arms to ask myself the question, who am I?
Mm. Yeah.
Many people go through many different crises and they get dependent or hooked on the other rush, the other person. Be that your children, be that a new partner, be that something or someone else.
Mhm.
That we're always in this rush of proving ourselves. But the power lies in stopping and assessing the programming that is going in your mind on repeat every single day. And Bernadette, I don't know if you're aware, but it is proven that 85% or more of our thoughts, of our daily thoughts,
Mm.
are negative.
Oof. Yeah.
We are the biggest judge when it comes to ourselves.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
That's,
way that our mind speaks to us, we would never in a million years say to our best friends.
mhm. Yeah, I agree. Yeah. Yeah. So speaking of that, how can we reclaim our self-worth? It's kind of tied into each other. They're like cousins.
Um, it is my belief that when you are on this journey of truly, fully, completely seeing your soul
Mhm.
from a soul level, not from a human level, from a soul level, you actually get to see that you are a part of a big light that is held within us all.
Yeah.
And with that, whenever you stop and give yourself compassion, grace, and care, you actually, brick by brick, are rebuilding and reclaiming your life by building up that self love. Not self love as to I'm going to the spa, I'm getting my hair done, or I'm getting this or the other, but self love in that essence of you.
Mhm. Yeah.
Being able to stand in front of a mirror and be like, wow, you made another day. This was not an easy day, but I made it another day. And you know what? Wow, my survival rate till now, with everything I've gone through, is 100%.
Mm.
I'm going to say this again for the listeners because you really have to own this and feel this in your body that your survival rate till now is 100%.
Hmm.
You made it another day.
Yeah.
So, can you please, when you look at yourself in that mirror, be like, I love you.
Mm.
I love you wholeheartedly. And I'm so proud of the way that you care, the way that you are. And you know what? Those parts that I am not liking right now, I'm going to have more compassion, care, and grace for it so I can love them more.
Hmm. Mm.
It's that one on one conversation with ourselves that is the depth of self love.
Yeah. 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 You're right. You're right. Yeah. Wow. Incredible. Incredible. I love listening to you and just how you share. There's power in it. Um, can you give us some success stories, perhaps of your clients or someone you know? Nothing, obviously, don't go too personal if you don't have to. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I'm going to share two completely different stories. And the reason why I'm doing that is to actually give perspective around it doesn't have to come to a level of despair before you start working on this journey. So, one of my clients, when we got to meet with each other, she is in her 60s. And she's like, Matina, I'm going to work with you, but I'm honestly, I don't have a lot of hopes for this. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Tell me why. She's like, I've done so much different things and I have tried it all and it helps me for a little bit. And then it just, I get back to my old traits again, if you will. I'm like, okay, that is interesting. So, what is actually calling you to do it? I don't know. There's something that I'm meant to do with you. So, I'm just following my intuition here. Perfect.
Mm.
What a blessing it is that we have an intuition. So I'm talking with her, and we worked together for 3 months. And what she really wanted to shift out of was the trauma that she had experienced. So the way I work, I really focus on emotional pain as well as on the shadows that we hold as women. And everyone has their own shadows and their own density as well. Now, speaking with her, going through the process with her, we didn't relive any of the experiences. You don't have to talk about it, you don't have to sit with it. We just have to identify and release.
Mm.
So I worked with identification and releasing, and we did that for 3 months. At the end of it, she's like, what did you do? Like, what do you mean? No, something has shifted completely. The way I wake up, the way I feel from a day-to-day basis is completely different. So what did you do? And I looked at it and I laughed because I'm like, thank you for thinking that I have the power of doing anything.
Mm.
But no, I did not do anything. And the reason why I say I didn't do anything is because you are your own catalyst. When you decide that it's time to change, when you have the courage to identify your pain points, you are actually giving permission to release it with grace, with love, with compassion, with forgiveness.
Yeah.
And because you are showing up every week with that energy, we shifted through so many layers that you in your mind believed there was not going to be shifting at all.
Hmm.
Now, she went through a lot of dark trauma. So, the reason why she even started with, I don't believe it's going to work for me, was literally based on all the trauma she had experienced.
Mm.
And the reason why it did work this time is because I was coming from the purest intention of love and service. And because I was coming from that intention, she was coming from something needs to change, the change occurred.
Yeah.
Now, this is one example of a woman who is in her 60s. And even to now, and we've worked 2 years ago now. So even now, when we message each other, there's so much joy in her. Like, you know what? I made new friends. I'm traveling here. I'm doing that. I'm like, great. This is perfect. I'm so happy.
Mhm.
And it lights me up because in this world, we often believe nothing can change anymore. This is not my life.
Mhm.
This is the way I'm going to be.
Yeah.
And that's not true. We have the power to change. We have the power to transmute the pain into love, into care, into grace. And similar to that, I actually am still working with this one family, and I've worked with the whole family. They have two children and both parents still happily together, great family. And I've worked with every single one of them. Every single one of them has their own ideas. And now, mind you, the children are very young. So I don't do very deep work with children because they don't need that.
Mhm.
But what we do forget oftentimes is emotions is something that we don't give credit or time to. We actually say, don't act out. You should not be angry. Can you calm down? Versus, I see that you're angry right now. I'm going to give you your space to feel that anger so that you can transmute it now.
Mhm.
No, we don't do that. We just said, stop the anger. Stop the anger.
Yeah.
And so, Bernadette, is my belief that we have four bodies. One is our physical body, our mental body, the way we think, our emotional body, the way we feel, and then our spirit. So when you go into all of these layers, yes, my physical body requires me to drink water every day. My mental body requires me to feed myself with positive thoughts, not positive toxicity, right? We don't want to be like, I feel angry, but you know what? I'm going to say, I'm grateful. 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 And I push the anger down.
Yeah.
Guess where the anger is going? In your body.
Mm.
Because the anger just wants to be acknowledged. Every single emotion wants to be acknowledged by us. It
Mhm.
wants to be held like a baby and be like, okay, what are you feeling right now? Okay, I'm feeling anger. Okay, where in my body is this anger now? And then you might get a hit as to, okay, where it is in my body right now. You put your hand to it and you just take deep breaths to move that anger with your breath. With every breath in, you're bringing in love and light. With every breath out, you're releasing the anger. But what we forget to do is to ask anger, what is your message?
Mm. Yeah.
Every emotion has a message. It's coming up for a reason.
Yeah.
So instead of pushing it out or pushing it in, stop.
Mhm.
Do you, okay, do you want to do a little quick exercise? And then the listeners can
Yeah.
see us
I
go
love
through it.
exercise while I'm sitting.
Perfect. Okay, think of an emotion that you recently experienced.
Mm. Anger because winter's coming eventually.
Perfect. A lot of people go through this. Okay, so if you just take a moment and you ask yourself, where is anger hiding in my body? And you take a 3 deep breaths and just focus on whatever part of your body speaks to you.
Mm. My bones.
Your bones. Okay,
Yeah.
beautiful. So if you're focusing on your bones right now, and you continue with the deep breaths, and the intention is every time you're breathing in, you're giving your bones the love it is yearning for. And with every breath out, you want to let go of this anger.
Mm.
Okay, so you do a few deep breaths here. But now, before we fully release the anger, we're actually going to ask, what is the message you're bringing to me today?
Mm,
And you're actually going to feel some resistance. And that resistance is like, I don't want to tell you the answer because your mind is like, I don't know what you're doing. I don't believe in this. So I'm not going to give you the answer now. So now we're going to focus on that resistance that's in your mind. So
mhm,
breathe that resistance out and bring in clarity. Breathe out the resistance, bring in clarity. Now ask the question again. What message is anger bringing to me today?
mm. Yeah, as you were speaking, different images were coming into mind. Is that every season has its ups and downs and beauty? Because
Okay,
I
so
only choose to see beauty in the warmth and the heat and the flowers. I don't see it well enough in the snow because every single snowflake is not the same.
oh
Yeah.
my gosh, that's so profound. I
Yeah.
love that. Now, with this new wisdom, what you now can do is you can actually thank the emotion. Thank you for bringing this new wisdom to me today.
Mm,
And then as you thank it, now you continue with the deep breaths, letting go of the anger and bringing in grace.
mm,
And you're going to feel differently.
mhm,
What you didn't do is you did not dismiss the emotion. You didn't say, oh, everyone feels this way, it's okay. No, you actually sat with it. You received your personal guidance from it,
yeah.
and then you let go.
Mhm. Yeah. 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 Gives me a different perspective on seasons.
We
Yeah.
can do this with everything.
Hmm. Yeah. 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 Yeah, you're right. Wow. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you. Is there anything else that we didn't get to talk about that you'd like to share?
Oh my goodness. Okay. So, the one thing I'm going to mention, and I know we talked about a lot, but one thing that's coming up right now is I will be releasing in the next few weeks um, pep talks, pep talks for emotions. Because when we have the ability to ask quality questions to our emotions and release them with care,
Mhm.
we have the ability to feel differently instantly. We're not pushing it away. We're not hoping it away. We're actually sitting with it, receiving the guidance from it, and we're letting it go. So these pep talks are for anyone who is like, oh, you know what? I am feeling depressed right now. I am feeling anxious right now. I'm feeling anger right now. Whatever your emotion is, there will be specific pep talks for specific emotions so that you can sit with it, let it go, and feel better.
Mm. Yeah, I love that. I love that. How long do you plan to do it for again? Did you mention?
So it's going to be released in the next few weeks. I don't know when this is going to be released, but
Yeah.
in the next 2 to 3 weeks, I will have that on my website where people can get it for $7. It's not going to be a big thing because I feel that we need these resources in our back pocket every time.
Hmm.
The more we have it, the more we can show up for it.
Hmm. That's awesome. Thank you for sharing. So as we wrap up, I have two questions for you. The first one is, what is your website again, and what social media platforms are you on? Because there's like hundreds of them these days.
So my website is matinasingh.com. And for anyone who wants to look me up on socials, on Instagram and TikTok, it's Sing Matina. So my last name first and then my first name. And on Facebook, it's Coach Matina. And I am very approachable on any of these platforms because I truly feel that when we are committed in bringing someone else a lightness to their day,
Mhm.
an awareness to their mind, a compassion that they are seeking and wanting, that we can shift worlds.
Mm, I love that. Yeah. Thank you for sharing. Thank you. One last question for you. What is the meaning of life for you?
The meaning meaning of life is to find the courage to be vulnerable enough to love yourself deeply, completely, fully.
Mm, thank you. Thank you so much. Well, Matina, thank you so much for coming on the podcast, for
Thank you.
sharing, and thank you for blowing my hat right off. Wow, I love what you do. Please don't stop doing it because it's refreshing, it's inspiring, and it goes straight to the core of a woman. And we need people like you, coaches like you, and mothers like you to continue this work. So thank you.
Thank you so much for having me, Bernadette. It was amazing having this conversation, and really thank you for allowing women to hear what their soul is yearning for.
Mm, you're welcome. You're welcome. Come back again.
Yes.